Hello my makeup loving friends. So it is November now, officially, so I feel it's kind of semi-okay to talk about Christmas slash holidays slash Kwanzaa slash Hanukkah slash whatever your festive season might be. And I was thinking about all of the holiday releases that come out and just how overloaded we are and how relevant they still might be 2, 3, 4 years, whatever down the line. So this video is all about the ghosts of Christmas palettes past, and I'm going to use the Christmas palettes that I have bought in the past and try and create some looks and generally just see what I think of it. So if you're interested, keep on watching. The first Christmas palette that we have is this huge thing. I still have it in its packaging because I thought the packaging was really friggin' cute, so it stayed because look, there's a teeny tiny squirrel. I love squirrels. So it is the Too Faced Under the Christmas Tree palette, and it was released last year, so 2018. And let's take a little look at it. You of course have the obligatory, if I can get it out, Better Than Sex mascara. We're not really talking about that today though, we're talking about the palettes. I don't know why I did that. So there is the bottom of the little Christmas tree, which has like some purples and a sort of a shimmery grey duochrome. There is the middle tier, which is some more nudes. I know, you're like, Teresa, why did you get this? These aren't your colours at all. I know, it's because I'm an idiot, that's why. And the top is basically a highlighter, a blush and a bronzer, so I figure I'll use those as well. So let's get into it. Hello, so I think I am sufficiently zoomed in, one would hope, and I have the Sigma E34, the domed utility brush. Are we that surprised? And by the way, none of these shades are named, so I'm just going to be pointing randomly and kind of going, this is the thing, I guess. So keep that in mind. I am trying. If you happen to have this palette as well, feel free to do things along with me. Taking off the glasses. It's serious, it's happening. I'm going into this purple shade first. I am now going to take the Sigma E25, which I know looks dirty, but again, it's gone through the Vero Moda color switch, and I'm going to clean them tonight, so don't judge me. And I'm taking that and I'm just going to blend that for all that it's worth. I am now going to take the Sigma E34 again, and I am going to go into this shade here. So I think that would make a lot of sense kind of on top of that. We'll see, we'll see. And I'm just kind of packing that on top. And I am again taking my E25, just gonna put it through the Vero Moda again. And I'm going to use that to just soften that out a smidge. I am now using my Sigma E70, which is a medium angled shading brush, and I'm going to go into this shade here. Again, no names, so we're just going to have to wing it and see how we go. I'm going to use some spray just to attempt to maybe give it the best helping hand we possibly can. Again, don't know why I'm using these weird little accents, but there you go. That is quite pretty in fairness. I am going to use the exact same brush again, and I'm going into this shade here. There we go. Yeah, you can see it. It's fine. It seems to be like a duochrome type shade, so we'll see how this goes. And again, spritzing it so I can give it the best possible chance to show up on my eyeball, rather my eyelid, I suppose. And I think we can all agree it is showing up, so that's good. I'm glad I went the route of doing my eye makeup first rather than my face because there is quite a bit of fallout. I am going to take a taper blending brush here. It is the E40 and I'm going to go into that purple shade and that shade just to kind of do the outside of the eye. I am also going to use the same brush to just kind of gently blend the kind of pale shimmery shade with the darker shimmery shade. Yeah, so I think that is essentially it. I am going to go off camera now to finish off the rest of my face. I will of course come back so we can do blush, highlight, etc. And I'll see you guys in on most of the rest of my face. Yes, I do know I have foundation all over my lips. That's just how it's gone today. I still have to do my highlight, my blush, my bronzer, so let's get in on that. I have the little triangular thing here with me. So I like to start off with bronzer first, so I'm taking my Sigma F40, which is the large angled contour, and I am going into this bronzer here. Yes, it is a bronzer. I know it looks quite peachy on camera, but it isn't. Oh, let's see how this goes because, you know, Teresa has pale skin. So I'm just gonna lightly, I don't like to put too much on because I look a bit scary. Oh, this is very stressful. There we go, and yeah, it seems to be a decent shade for me. That's actually, yeah, it seems to be okay. Okay, vindication. I don't feel too bad about this. Yeah, that's fine. I am now going to use some blush. So I have a Real Techniques, it's called a buffing brush. Came as part of a set, and I'm going into what is quite a shimmery blush here. So that's quite up my alley. I'm just gonna buff it out a smidge. It is a buffing brush, so that is what it should do. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks okay in terms of like my colouring, etc. I know it looks weird because my lips, but you know, let's be kind. I'm gonna get a little bit more bronzer and just smush the two of them together. See how this goes, huh? Looks a lot more harsh on camera than it is in reality, which is interesting. I am now going to take my F03, which is the high cheekbone highlighter, and I'm going into the highlighting shade there. So I do enjoy a highlight. So it goes onto the nose first, because you know that's important. Ooh, that is nice. It's very goldy. From here, let me just do that. More highlight, the better. I think that looks totally fine. So yes, I'm going to finish off, excuse me, the rest of my look. I'm going to sort out the hair, etc. and I will be back in a little bit. And I am back. I have done my hair, I've put on some nice clothes. I look like a person, it's all happening. So this is the finished look using the eyeshadows and the, of course, what's the word, face palette from Too Faced for their Christmas palette. It performs well. I think it came out quite nicely. I'll zoom you in so you can see it better. Like I said, I think it looks actually quite nice. I'll take my hair out of my eyes so you can see it a bit better. It's very festive, all things considered. I'll take the glasses off so you can see it again a little bit better. So that was the first palette, and keep on watching for the next couple of palettes that I have to talk about. Our second look using our Ghosts of Christmas palettes past, and today I am using the Too Faced Wake Up Makeup Repeat, and it includes this palette here, the Best Ever 2018. It's quite a neutral palette, and this is the look that I have come up with, and if that's something that you're interested in seeing, then keep on watching. Okay, so I have the eyelids already primed. Just trying to figure out exactly what it is that I'm going to do. I have cleaned all of my brushes, so it's finally working. I'm going to take my Sigma E25, my blending brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Wrap It Up, which is this sort of a pinky purpley shade. I mean, it's a very neutral palette. I don't know what I was thinking. It's my own fault, like, you know, it's not their fault. They produced it. I didn't have to buy it, but apparently I'm a fool. So I'm just gonna pack that on here. I think now the next thing I'm going to do is go in again with the same brush and go into the shade Secret Santa, which is that sort of a palish pink. It is quite a pale pink, I think, and just go on top. I think that the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Sigma E42, which is the Precision Firm blender. I'm going to go into the shade Snooze You Lose, which is quite a brown colour, but let's see how this goes. It's quite chocolatey. I'm going to use my E25 again, the blending brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Wrap It Up again. So that's that kind of purpley pinky shade. And I'm going to pop that on top again just to blend it on there, because I was trying to use the brown to give a bit of depth. And I'm going to go into the shade again, the Snooze You Lose, the brown, just to pop that in there again, just to see, can I get any bit of something from it? I think that's as good as you're kind of gonna make that one. So I'm going into the two shades, the Wrap It Up and the Snooze You Lose, onto the same brush. That'll have to do. I am now going to take, again, this Morphe brush that I don't know what make or model or whatever it is. I'm going into my NARS concealer in Chantilly. I'm just going to pop a little bit there. Wow, apparently my cat systematically destroys stuff that is in this room. So that's helpful. Thanks Lucy. So I am going to use this same brush again. It's what I used to put on the concealer, and I'm going into the shade Dollhouse, which is a sort of a shimmery pink, and I'm going to pop that in where I have my concealer. So let's see how that goes. You'll see a tail soon. I know you won't. Oh, there we go. No respect. None. Just like, no, I'm here, I'm helping. I'm not keen on that shade, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into, she's walking everywhere, I'm going to use the same brush again, and I'm going to go into the shade Rise and Shine, which might work out a bit better, I'm hoping. We'll see. And pop that on top. Yeah, that's a bit better. Grand. So you know the drill. I'm going to take this is clean, by the way. I washed it. It's just very stained, right? And I'm going to take an unknown Morphe brush and just blend those kind of shades a little bit. Okay, I think that's as much as I can do with the eyes for now. I'm going to go and finish the rest of my face, and I will see you guys back here in a little bit. Hey guys, I am back, so I have put on the rest of my makeup, and this is what it looks like. And who knew the crossover between Morticia Addams and Clueless was needed, but there you go. It's the crossover we never knew we wanted, but it's here. I can zoom you into the eyes now and we can have a closer look. So this is what the eyes look like. Come together pretty well, I think. And that was the look using the Best Ever 2018 Too Faced palette for our Ghost of Christmas Palettes Past. Keep on watching for the next couple of looks. In this video we are going to be using the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice Palette to create this look. So if that is something that you're interested in seeing, then keep on watching. I am using a Morphe brush. It's one of those unnamed ones because who needs names apparently. And I'm going into the shade Gumdrop, which is this sort of pinky fuchsia. Oh, I'm struggling. By the way, it smells delicious. Like, it's very strange first thing in the morning to be smelling something that smells like that. The pigment, look at that, straight there. No major work there. So that came up pretty well in terms of pigment. I am using the exact same brush again, and I'm going into the shade Sugar Daddy, which is that pale pink, just to soften out the edges, because you know that's what you need to do. I'm just going to pack it on top of that. I am now going to use the E38, which is a diffused crease, and I'm going into the shade Figgy Pudding, which is a sort of a purple colour. I'm now going to use a medium angled shading brush, which is the E70, and I'm going to go into the shade Hot Toddy, which is that shade there. So I'm picking that up, but I'm also going to use some setting spray to really just bring out the vibrancy of it. I am now going to use this Morphe brush, again it's unnamed, and I'm going into the shade Frostbite Me, which is this really cool kind of a whitey colour. So again, picking that up, but I'm going to use some setting spray to really try and bring it out of its shell a little bit. I don't know, there's something wrong with me in the mornings. And I'm just going to pop that in there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Urban Decay large blending brush. It's an E202, and it's just going to soften the edges between where the two of those colours meet. I'm actually going to pick up a little bit of that Frostbite shade. And by a little bit, I apparently mean a lot. I'm just going to pack it first and then just do this. Literally just kind of almost swish off that hot toddy shade. So that's a bit annoying, isn't it? So I'm going to go back in with my Morphe brush again into the hot toddy to just try and pop that back onto the lid. Maybe I need a slightly different brush to try and get that to work. By the way, a lot of fallout, you know, just FYI. This MAC brush, it came as part of a set. It's the 221 SE, and I'm just going to try and use that just to really soften it. I'm going to use my E40, which is my tapered blending, nice and clean because everything has been cleaned. It's one of those days. And I'm going into the shade, into the shades Figgy Pudding, which we've done before, and into Ooh Burn, which is this one. And I'm going to put it on the outer edge. Again, are we that surprised? Not really. Right, I think that's essentially it. You know the drill. I'm gonna go do the rest of my face. I'll see you back here in a bit. Hi guys, I am back. I've put on the rest of my makeup, fixed my hair, done things. So this is the overall look. I will zoom you in now so you can look at the eyes. So that is what the eyes look like now that they're all finished, put together, and the lashes are on. I always have hair here that like slightly tickles me, it's annoying. I will take off the glasses now so you can see them a smidge better. That's what that looks like. So yeah, that was our look using the Gingerbread Spice palette. Keep watching for the next couple of looks. So the palette I am using this morning for our Ghosts of Christmas palette cast is the Armor Decay Heavy Metal palette, which is super reflective. It looks like, by the way, it's very hard to get out of the packaging. You always forget which side you're meant to get it out of. This is what it looks like. It's super reflective. It's also an all metallic palette, so one side is very neutral and then one side is slightly more colourful, and then you have your mirror in the middle. So if you want to see how I did this look using just this palette, then keep on watching. So I think the first shade I'm going to go into is the shade Glam Rock, which is this shade here. It's funny, it comes with a mirror, so I can actually kind of use that. That's kind of helpful for me. I'm using just a Morphe sponge that is unnamed, came as part of a set. I haven't dampened it, figured I'd just put it on as it is. Pigment is good, isn't it? It's tricky to know what to do with an all shimmer palette, or an all like metallic-y palette. But sure, look, we'll do it together, we'll figure it out. I'm using the same brush again, so it's that unnamed Morphe brush, and I'm going into the shade Amp, which I think is a reference to one of their glitter liners that is around about the same colour, I believe. So it's that nice kind of tealy blue colour. So let's see how that looks. Again, using the exact same brush. This is a very simple eye look, and I'm going into the shade Dive, which is this sort of dark blue colour, and I'm putting that on the edge of the eye. So obviously I want to try and get rid of those harsh lines, so I'm going to find a clean blending brush, because I did wash these, so ha ha ha. I have this Real Techniques brush. It is their base shadow brush, but I figure it's fluffy enough that, you know, I can use it to, you know what I mean. Can't remember words. So I'm just going to lightly dust it between here. Might put a little bit more silver with that same brush, just because there seems to be a little bit of an area there that could use it. And I'll put a bit more of that blue. I mean, it's coming pretty vibrant considering I didn't use any like setting spray or anything like that. But I figured I kind of didn't want it to be overly vibrant when I don't have my nuts. So I know it's weird for me to say I didn't want something to be overly vibrant. There you go. I wonder, yeah, I might take the same brush and go into Dive and Spandex. So that's Dive, that's Spandex. So I'm going to go into the two of them and put them on the outer. Just gonna pack first. Right. I mean, that was pretty simple. That is it. I'm gonna go clean this up, put on the rest of my face, and I'll see you guys back in a bit. Hello my friends, so we are on to palette number 5 and it is the Colourpop Chasing Rainbows palette. It is quite colourful as you would see, and this is the eye look that I made using that. Again, hair absolutely everywhere, so keep on watching if you want to see how I did this particularly. So we're going to use a Morphe brush, one of the unnamed ones, and we're going to go into the shade Prism, which is a brown. Unusual for me, I know, but like, let's give it a go. Let's see how it all goes. Glasses up, it's happening. That's how you know it's really going. I'm just going to pack that there, kind of essentially go along the line of my eye. It's really more of a black than a brown. It's not the most pigmented. I am now going to use a Sigma E27 detail blending brush, and I'm going to use the shade Woke, which is a kind of a peachy pink. And I'll put that up towards the brow line. I'm using the same brush again, and I'm going into the shade Wishlist, which is this shade here, and I'm going to put that on top of the blacky browny shade. They're not blending very well together, which is a bit annoying. But sure, look, that is life. That is the course of action I chose to take. I'm going to use the exact same brush again to go back into the shade Woke. So that sort of salmon-y, pinky, peachy, whatever. I don't know how to describe colours. And again, I'm just going to pack that on top again and just blend the two colours together. Just so that they're meeting. I'm going to use the shade Realness now. It's this sort of a brown. And I'm just going to kind of pop that in the inner corner and outer corner and just swish. going to assume that you're not going to be very surprised that I'm going to try and do a halo eye. I am using my Sigma E55, the eye shading brush, and I am going to go into the shade Eclipse, which again is quite a neutral shade. I know, what's happening to me. And I have gone in with a dry brush, but I'm going to use a bit of spray just to kind of soften it a bit more. So let's see how this goes. I'm just going to use a MAC. Ooh, I'm just apparently throwing things all over me. A MAC 239 SE, just to kind of blend so it's not such a harsh line. That is essentially it. So I'm going to go finish the rest of my makeup and I will see you when I have all of that done. We are now on to the very last palette of our Ghosts of Christmas palettes past, and this one is a controversial one. I kind of wasn't sure whether or not I would include it, and then I thought, well, you should, because it is one of the Christmas palettes that you have, and other people probably have it and want to use it, even though there is some controversy around it. It is the Kat Von D Saints and Sinners palette. I bought this before I knew all of the controversy. I'm sure a few of you guys might be the same. So, you know, it would be a terrible waste to not use these things when we've already spent our money on it. That doesn't make sense. So this is what the palette itself looks like. Ooh. So that is what I have used on my eyes today. So if you want to see how I did this, then keep on watching. So I'm going to use a Dose of Colours shader brush. I've already primed the lids and I'm going into the shade Rapture, which is this sort of metallic-y, shimmery pink. There isn't a lot of mattes, so I'm kind of making do with what is there. It is what it is, and I'm just going to attempt to pack that on. I think I'm going to use the exact same shading brush and go into the shade Rosary, which is that shade there, and kind of put that on top just to give some extra colour. It looks like I have pink eye. How very charming. I'm using the exact same brush again. I'm going into the shade Sabbath, which is a black shade. It's one of the very few mattes that's there, so, you know, doing what I can with this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a slightly different brush. I don't know if it's the brush or if it's the shadow. Apparently I'm just throwing things everywhere. I'm going to use my domed blending. It's my E43, because that's good for packing it on initially, and then I can use it to blend out a bit more. So let's see how that goes. Absolutely no change in terms of pigmentation. Just seems to be a very poor black. It's interesting because that's come across as more of a like a slaty grey. It's not very nice, but it is what it is. I am going to try and not necessarily fix it, but I'm going to try and improve upon it. I'm using a Body Shop, it is a lip concealer, but it's nice and skinny, so, you know, and I'm going into just my NARS Chantilly concealer. I'm just going to do a halo eye, because let's face it, that makes it just look a little bit better. It's just such a poor matte black. I mean, what can you do when it's a bad matte black? I tried. That'll do. That's fine. I don't need anything too perfect. Okay, I'm just knocking everything over. It's just one of those mornings. And I'm going in with, let me see. All of my brushes look really stained, but it's just because I use so many colours. I'm going in with this unnamed Morphe brush, and I'm going into the shade Cathedral, which is that shade there. We'll see how this picks up. I'm obviously picking it up, but I'm also going to use some setting spray just to try and give it some chance. So we'll see how that goes. That helps it look a little bit less sad. So it did look a bit, in my opinion, anyways. But sure, who cares about my opinion? I am using now a MAC 221 SE, if I believe, yeah. And I'm just going to try and soften out the edges. It's not so much a halo eye now as it is just, I don't know what it is. It's early in the morning. So, you know, who cares? That'll suffice. So that is it for now. I'm going to go obviously finish off the rest of my makeup, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Hello friends, I am back. I've done the rest of my makeup. I think it looks okay. I'm going to zoom you in so you can see what it looks like. So this is what the eyes look like. I'm going to take off the glasses so you can actually see a little bit better. So that is it. That is all of the Ghosts of Christmas palettes past. We have a lot from Too Faced. They release a lot every year. We had a Colourpop, we had an Urban Decay, and we had a Kat Von D. I think and I hope that you can see from this that these aren't necessary purchases. You can probably shop your stash and find things that are similar, and just because they're limited edition and Christmas / holiday items doesn't mean that they need to be in your collection. There's nothing wildly unique about any of these. I think if anything, the one that I like the most is the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice palette. I think that's quite nice. Other than that, the rest of them are like, it's okay, nothing to write home about. But as per usual, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!